Today, I'm hanging with Hugo Hornshaw. Hugo came up in the youth comp climbing scene in Australia where he was doing really well, but he decided to leave it all behind, move up to Queensland and start farming. I reached out to Hugo because of his Instagram handle. It intrigued me, and he had ex-climber turned farmer, man of faith. 3 things that I would love to chat to him about. So I had him on and we chatted about it. I enjoyed this conversation with Hugo. I hope you do too. So please enjoy episode 7 of the Hangout with Hugo Hornshaw.
Basically, rock climbing became a way of life.
Well, thanks heaps for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, I'm super stoked, dude. It's when we reached out on the phone and you asked me, how did you hear about me?
Yeah.
I went down this little trip. Let me fix that. I went down this little trip back onto how I found you, which was through ChatGPT. And I was just like hunting for guests. Because I only know X amount of people who know X amount of people. So to get a little bit deeper, I'm like, how can I do it? And I just thought I would ask Chat. And it gave me a couple of good options as well, like a Monique Forrester, which I'm like, oh yeah, for sure. I've reached out to her and yourself. And then you're like, how did it know about me?
Yeah.
So then I asked it again. I was like, why recommend Hugo? Do you know he's not climbing anymore? And ChatGPT wrote to me saying like this super complex answer of like, some of it was good. Like, you're prominent in the youth scene and made big waves in Australian climbing, and then started this organization called Climb Media Associates and went through this like whole thing. And I was like, oh, awesome. This is going to be so good to talk about. I'm like, oh, can you link me Climb Media, please? And then ChatGPT goes, sorry, I've actually made that up. Didn't actually happen whatsoever. And I'm like, oh, shit. Like, it's fully lying to me now about the guest that I'm trying to get on. Wow. So I was like, oh, this is going to be something cool. Like Climb Media, it's kind of what this is going to be a little bit as well. Maybe we could bond over that. And ChatGPT just fully lied to me about it.
That's crazy. I've never heard of Climb Media. Is it an actual thing, or did it just make it up on the spot?
Fully made it up on the spot.
That's crazy. Eh? Wow. What a liar. Yeah. Or at least it admitted to it.
Yeah. I was like, how often? Then I just got into this full deep rabbit hole of asking how much it's lied to me in the past when I'm trying to get facts off it, or when I'm like using it for work or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, sorry, go.
After it told you that it had lied, were you like, oh, whoops, I shouldn't have got Hugo after all?
Yeah.
What did it give you some other interesting? Give you other interesting things at all?
I don't really think it gave me too many things that I wouldn't be able to find by myself. Like, it's just like he had a YouTube channel, which it's pretty easy to find that one.
Yeah.
But it was fun kind of diving back into. Yeah, I mean, when Chat did recommend, and then I'd like found your Instagram and everything like that as well, and in your little bio was enough to make me ask to have you on as well, because I'm like, there's a journey in there. There's like a full life in there as well. Ex-climber, it says, turned farmer, and then a man of God as well. And I'm just like, those 3 things in there, I'm like, that's so fascinating to me, and would love to have some takes on that. But yeah, I'd love to kind of start off with your climbing journey, where that all started. Because as Chat said, and as I found out, you were prominent in the youth scene as well, like making, I don't know where you got to on the national level, but New South Wales, you were speed, lead and boulder champion, and then got to national levels as well. Is that correct?
I don't know if I don't think I was speed champion.
Okay.
At maybe New South Wales at one point.
Yep.
But, yeah. Oh, here's the cat.
Oh, nice. What's the cat's name?
Leo.
Super.
Good rat catcher.
Good. Yeah, you need those.
Yeah. Well, I started when I was 11. And some people that my dad knew took us canyoning actually, and we should have got into that first. I don't know if you know much about canyoning. But
Not
it's
heaps, no, but
yeah. Oh, but in the Blue Mountains, so sort of a very similar area to where I'd go rock climbing a few years later. and you sort of hike in and then you abseil down into a canyon and you're swimming and jumping off waterfalls and abseiling down waterfalls and that sort of stuff. Just adventure. It was pretty cool. And then from that, I sort of got into a bit of outdoor rock climbing, and then started going to our local climbing gym, and doing the kids' classes there twice a week. And and then I found out there was a thing called a competition, and I thought, that sounds fun. So I gave it a go. Little bouldering, Sydney bouldering series. That was my first one. And just loved it, and sort of slowly progressed from there. Just doing more and more comps and training, and and
when did you start sort of like, as you got into comps pretty quickly, did you start seeing like a rapid growth through like even podiums early on, or were you just kind of growing into the sport?
Yeah, no, it was pretty quick, but there wasn't heaps of competition back then. But yeah,
what year was this again? Sorry.
Must have been like, I was 11.
Yeah,
so that must make it 2015, I suppose.
Yep.
Yeah, that was the first year, 2015. Yeah, and then states and nationals and everything, and then once I was sort of old enough to get into the international competitions, that was my big goal. Wanted to do the World Cup circuit and be world champion. That was the goal.
For sure. Yeah. Nice. And how long did it take to get onto the World Cup circuit? Because you did get onto, was it just in youth, or did you get into?
I never did any Open World Cups. I only did Youth World Championships.
Yep.
Yeah. And that was sort of the second year that I was old enough to do it. I got in to that.
What age is that?
Must be like 15 or 16, I think it is. Yeah.
Cool. Nice. Yeah. What was like, I guess, the draw that quickly to climbing and competition? Had you always been competitive in other sports and stuff, or was it just like a straight you're in?
Yeah, it was pretty sort of my first proper sport that I did. I'd never done any soccer or anything, and it was I loved it.
Yeah,
and I just wanted to do it forever. And I thought, I'm just going to be a rock climber for the rest of my life. That was what I was going to do.
Yeah. I think so many people that get into climbing like have those thoughts and feelings as well. Like a lot of people that I've spoken to, everyone's talking about like, when I'm 60, when I'm 80, I want to be climbing still these easy grades, but just getting out there and doing it. And for you, like you it's, I don't know, it's like such a massive jump for you as well, like being on the youth circuit at Worlds as well, and then also doing like really well outdoor climbing as well, setting hard routes and hard boulders outside. Where are you at now with your climbing? Do you dabble in it at all, or it's all been left behind and back in a nostalgic period of the mind?
Yeah, so when I first so I was living in Sydney where I was doing the climbing, and then when I moved here to Gympie, my first thought was, I'll build a big training wall in the shed, and I'll keep it up. Might not do quite as many competitions, but I'll keep training, and I'll keep outdoor climbing. And I kind of just never got around to building the wall in the shed, and just found other things that I enjoyed doing, and now I don't really climb at all. Like the last time I went to a climbing gym was probably like 2 or 3 months ago now, and before that, the last time was like 6 months ago or more.
Yeah.
I still love it when I do it, but it's just not a priority at the moment.
Oh, for sure.
And, which is crazy. Like I never would have thought, 2 or 3 years ago, that now I wouldn't be climbing at all.
Mm.
I was like, oh,
Mm.
this will be my prime. You know, I'll be doing all the World Cups. I'll be making semi-finals at World Championships, and
Yep.
that was what I was. Yeah, that was the plan. Yeah.
Yeah, it really seemed like you were all in as well, like with the status of where you were achieving in competition, but then also creating your YouTube channel, and kind of looks like you're going pretty hard on that as well, like doing all these. You did a lot of shoe reviews actually. Here's what. Maybe the shoes are outdated now, but what was the shoe? What shoe won it for you on your shoe reviews?
Climbing shoe reviews.
Yeah.
I think I had Scarpa Instinct VSR, the blue ones.
Yeah, nice.
That was what I used at the end. So I had quite a few pairs of them.
Yeah, they're still a banging shoe.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're really putting some time and effort into the YouTube channel, and you're like a little young tacker as well. It's after hearing you speak on the phone and then going onto your YouTube channel, and I'm like, well, this is so different, because like you're an adolescent, like maybe what was that, 20? How you probably would have been like 15 or something like that on the YouTube channel, and now you're this man and got this country voice. It's this little like difference in growth that you've had.
Yeah.
But you've done some cool stuff on YouTube as well.
When people that I know here who didn't know me back in Sydney, they just randomly, and they somehow find my YouTube channel. It's always like, oh dear, this is. They start sending me all these videos from when I was, 14 or whatever, and giving sounding very different to now, and some very strange advice that I would not give now.
Like what? Is there
I've got
controversial advice, or just
it's not controversial, but I had this phase where I wanted to be super healthy, right? But I didn't really know what super healthy was back then, and I was pretty much had a salad diet, which didn't really help me in the climbing at all. Yeah. And there's this one video. If I tell people about it, they're gonna go watch it, and it's gonna be very humiliating. But that's okay. It's how to make a vegan quinoa pizza, and it's terrible, and I would never make such a thing now. And I'd rather be carnivore than vegan at this point. Yeah. But that's what I did back then.
That's funny. I tried to make pizza last night for the first time with like my partner makes sourdough, so we used a sourdough discard pizza dough recipe, pepperoni pizza. It's my favorite. Yeah. But it ended up just like rising. There was the dough rose, so it was like pizza like this thick and just bready as. Kind of enjoyed it, but it was not what I was after. Yeah. Yeah, that's funny. People go watch that video then.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, that's funny. But yeah, you also you got a little interview with Chris Sharma as well, which was
that was my very first video. Yeah.
So sick, and you can see like your drive as a youth being like, it was sort of just like a pushing of grades or a pushing of competition. You could see like Sharma he was probably already in his post hard, not really post hard, but just the spiritual side of Sharma, where he was like, it's all about the journey. You can see this young Hugo just want to climb, just want to do well, get me to all these things.
I was so frustrated at his answers.
Totally, I can see.
I was like, no, but I want to be like really good like you. Like I want to train really hard. And he was like, yeah, train really hard, but at the end of the day, you just got to enjoy it, bro. And I'm like, no, but that's not going to help me, be good.
Yeah. Give me the answers though, dude.
Yeah. Tell me how to do it. Yeah. And turns out he was probably right,
Yeah, for sure. He's a wise spiritual man, but somehow can freaking turn on a beast when he climbs as well. Do you pay much attention, like with not climbing, but pay much attention to like the world scene as what's happening in climbing or anything like that, or it's just kind of checked out?
Yeah, nah, not at all.
Nice.
Every now and then I'll be looking at Facebook and I'll see some posts and say, oh wow, someone did a cool thing.
Yeah.
and it
Yeah.
still interests me, but I never really followed it too much, even when I was in the climbing. Oh, I
Yeah.
did, but I wouldn't like sit there and watch all the World Cups on YouTube. I just
Yeah.
watch the highlights.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure. Well, it's in like it seems like it's around the same era. Like you on YouTube interviewed
yeah,
Osh, Campbell Harrison, and
yeah.
then it looks like you were climbing with like Dylan Parks and Max Pear as well. And
Oh yeah,
all those guys are doing like really well. Like
yeah,
Dylan and Max are on the circuit this year, and you know climbing for Australia, which you've all the colours as well.
yeah.
What was it like for yourself? Kind of putting on the Australia jersey for the first time. Was that like a big moment for yourself?
Yeah,
Like this, it's happening, you know, like
yeah,
it's
that was
such an
awesome.
achievement. It's awesome to get there. But what were you feeling?
The first year that I was like old enough and I didn't qualify, it was
Mm,
I was so devastated.
mm,
And it was just the coolest thing, just to have a uniform and be part of a team and go overseas and represent Australia. And the next year when I did get it, it was it was still cool, but more cool for the actual climbing and going and doing the comp side.
mm.
Whereas the year before, I just wanted to have a cool uniform, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah,
but yeah, yeah, it was good, and I learnt a lot the first year that it's a lot more difficult than it looks, and sort of reassessed and was like, okay, well, if I want to actually do well in this international scene, I'm going to have to change things up a bit.
mm,
And I think around that time was when I started training with Chu. I don't know if you know him, but he's a local coach in Sydney, and he's trained a few other people there, like
mm.
Dylan and yeah, a few other guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then each time I went, I think I did like 3 or 4 years at Youth Worlds,
Mm,
and each time I was like, okay, this time I can make semi-finals, and then it never really happened. And by the last year, I was like, maybe it's just maybe it's not possible for an Australian to do it. You know, like
mm,
I sort of got to that point where I realized if I want to really progress, I either have to fully commit to climbing and you know travel overseas all the time and go and train in Japan and in Austria and train with all those top guys,
mm,
or I have to sort of um, let it go a little bit
mm.
and I can still climb. But if I just keep what I'm doing in Australia, it's never really going to be quite enough to get to that world class level.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah, and that was sort of the start of when I thought, you know, I actually don't like I could give this up, you know.
Mm,
And
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
What was that like decision process like? Like I guess giving up climbing, but you hadn't fully given up before you moved to Gympie. Like what was that
No,
transition of the move and sort of stopping climbing like?
yeah. Um, before I moved, I sort of realized that I was getting a bit sort of dissatisfied with it,
Mm,
and but I still wanted to keep doing it. And then after I moved, I guess because I didn't have that drive and that motivation to do it still, um, it just didn't happen because I didn't put the put the effort into to making it happen.
mm,
But I don't really miss it either because I
yeah,
love what I'm doing. And
yeah, cool.
yeah.
What 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 do you like reflect on from it? Like what are some of the things that you really now take from your like your climbing career and everything that you learn and being on a world stage and everything like that? Do you find
Mm.
it's or I guess how much has it influenced who you are now?
Oh, definitely in terms of just being disciplined
Mm,
with training and everything, and like when I want to do something, I can get it done. So yeah, like personally, it definitely helped with that.
Yeah.
And physically, it would have helped a lot as well if I'd just been sitting at home doing nothing for the first 19 years of my life. Then I
Yeah.
probably wouldn't be, as good. But now I still train, but I just gym and lift and sort of more just for strength. And yeah. And I actually thought of going back and doing a competition. Like this year, I was like, maybe I'll go in and I'll do Queensland bouldering titles or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that Queensland bouldering titles left, has been and gone, and I had something on that weekend and I didn't go. But I think it would be, I would enjoy going and doing a competition again, actually.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool to see. I would be so interested in seeing like without, any kind of climbing specific training or I guess fingerboarding and stuff, like where do you think you would fare? Like what you'd still be strong, like you would have those like youth tendons, and still be able to do a fair bit, plus farm life, I assume, is kept you pretty fit, plus the gym. Like where do you think you would fare in a comp like that?
Yeah, well, when I go to the bouldering gym now, I feel that I was actually surprised. I was like, I haven't lost the technique. Like I can still move well.
Yeah.
And I still feel strong, but my fingers don't feel strong.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I get tired way more quickly.
Yeah.
So I think if I was to do it, I would just have to put in some time on the fingerboard and get that finger conditioning back up, which probably wouldn't take that long. And then I think I'd do all right. Obviously, it wouldn't be as good,
Yeah.
but I'd have the strength if I could get the fingers going. I'm also since coming to Gympie, I think in the first like 6 months or something, I'd put on like 10 kilos of pure muscle, obviously,
Yeah.
and but it probably was mostly
For sure. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
because when I was climbing, my focus was always on trying to be as light as possible, and trying to keep my weight down all the time. And I was still growing, but every time I would grow and I'd put on another kilo because I was growing in height, I'd be like, oh no, I was trying to stay under 50 kilos my whole life, and I don't think it was very helpful, to be honest, because now I'm like way stronger than back then. Even my strength to weight ratio is way better. Just it's only the fingers that have copped it, but probably from not training them.
Yeah, like they would have probably matched if you were training the whole way.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah. It's such an interesting topic of climbing, is the power to weight ratio that everyone tries to balance, and it can be super toxic, especially in the comp scene as well. Like the comp scene already, when there is such an incentive to, I guess, perform and compete and try and get medals and everything like that as well. And you're like, oh, I must be lighter. I got to be lighter. And it brings in so much crap for, people who are young, like your perspective on the quinoa pizza, like it's probably not the thing that you should be eating as a growing boy. It's, unless there is these dietary restrictions that people have, but to actually facilitate growth and like muscle growth and bone density and everything like that as well. It's, don't be avoiding calories.
I remember one time I went with a bunch of other youth boys and we went to the Blue Mountains for a weekend of outdoor climbing. And one night they all got pizza, right, from Domino's or whatever. And I was like, oh no, you guys are eating pizza, but I'm going to be healthy and I'm going to, so I brought a tin of lentils and a carrot, and that was my dinner while they were having pizza. And back then I was, I still enjoyed it because I was motivated and I thought that was going to help me. And so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna eat my lentils and my carrot sticks. But it was such a bad idea.
Yeah. Crazy. It's so crazy. Yep. But now all the pizza you can eat, huh?
Yeah. Amen. That's it.
What would be so interesting if, like, say when the Queensland bouldering titles come back, and
Mm.
maybe you put it like, you know, a couple of sessions on the fingerboard and you do incredibly well, what would that do for your mind? Would you be like, am I back? How far can I go with this now? And like push a national level again or something like that. What would you think that would
If I did well, I might.
inspire?
It might make me sort of want to do it a bit more,
Mm.
but I still wouldn't put in the same hours that I used to. I would just keep working and doing what I need to do here, and do the comps just for fun. But yeah, I think I would enjoy it.
Cool. Well, I'd love to see
I
it.
think I'll make it happen. I think I need to.
Yeah, it'd be so cool to see.
You've motivated me.
I think you've
But I
motivated
also
yourself.
here, when I came here, there's a group of people that I know who've started an arm wrestling club.
This was
in
on my
town.
questions list. Yeah, the Grimpy.
Oh, you know about that, do you?
the Grimpy Grippers.
Gimpy Grippers, yeah, that's it. That's
I
our
put
arm
an extra
wrestling
R
club.
in there, didn't I? Yeah.
How did you find
sick.
out about that one?
That was on your Instagram as well. Yeah, I was going through tag pictures. I like to go. I like to go deep, and I saw a couple of videos of you. I think you won both of them as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
As in someone tagged me.
Yeah.
All right.
Mhm.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's something I do as well on the side.
Yeah, sick. That's probably it's probably keeping your I don't know. I'd assume your forearm and just arm strength at a high. What's that? Do you train for that, or is it just something that you're jumping in and having a bit of fun with, or is it like, quite competitive with the other guys?
Some of them are like very good.
Mm.
You know, like top 2 in Australia,
Oh damn!
and so they're working hard at it. They're very competitive and they're training.
Mhm.
And I sort of it's a good social club, and
Mm.
I enjoy doing it. And so I do train a little bit. It's like a once a week thing, and then I'll do a bit of extra wrist training and stuff on the side throughout the week.
Yep.
But it's a much easier thing to train for than climbing, because climbing is so much about just putting hours in on the wall, you know, and building that movement. Whereas arm wrestling is a little bit more simple. There's still a lot of technique in it, but you just got to get strong, really. And so,
can you talk to me about
it's not
the
as much
technique?
commitment.
Oh,
Well,
I hear this, but I don't like. I'm a novice eye, so like when I see people doing it, I don't really understand the technique. I know there's like little tweaks in the wrist that you can play with and stuff, but I'm not really. Yeah, if you could.
I'm definitely not a professional. There's people around. If I grab them, they could come and tell you much better.
Yeah.
But from what I do know, most people, right, they'll go up to an arm wrestler like this, and they think they just need to put their arm down. Right? Where it's all about keeping everything tight and locked in, and moving your whole body down with your arm like that.
Right.
And then also a lot about the wrist. So if you can have your wrist hooked in like this, or you can, you know, turn your wrist like that so that their wrist is back here, then you're going to have a big advantage. So a lot about hand strength and wrist strength, and forearm, and it's not all about your bicep, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So is there weight categories then? Like if you're got a heavier body and trying to like
definitely weight categories.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. And then you just hit my mic. But you can also like, I guess I feel like I see people like fainting a little bit as well, like kind of like leading people into different places for their wrist so then they can catch their wrist and stuff. I don't know. Is there
maybe
kind of like
you're sort of trying to readjust. So once you start, the ref will match your hands up so that your hands are square and you don't start with your wrist already hooked in like that or anything. And then once you start, you can do what you want. So they'll be trying to readjust their grip and climb up higher on the other person's hand to get more leverage on it and stuff like that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Fun. And then it's just is it a best of kind of competition?
It's a knockout generally in the competitions. So if you lose once, then you'll go and verse someone else who lost once. If you lose twice, you're out.
Yep.
And if you win, you'll go and either verse someone else who won, or yeah, they just sort of mash them up like that
Mm-hmm.
until there's only 2 people left, and then whoever wins.
Cool.
Yeah.
Have you won?
Nah, I've won some matches, but
Yeah.
not a whole tournament.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah.
How similar is the like, I guess you're not finger training, but like, can you take some climbing training elements and apply them for wrist
Oh,
strength and whatever else?
not really the same sort of movements.
Mm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
I have strong fingers, obviously not compared to someone who still climbs, but
Mm.
compared to someone who's never climbed before. But it
Yeah.
doesn't mean my hand is necessarily and my wrist is as strong for those particular movements.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of different. I might be able to hold on to something a smaller edge than an arm wrestler, but I
Mm.
can't grab someone's hand and then squeeze it and turn it the way an arm wrestler can. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. I see. I always forget his name, but he's on like Magnus's YouTube channel a bit. He's
Yeah,
like
Devin Lorette. That one?
huge. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just big hands, big arm, and just a
yeah,
beast.
yeah.
Yeah. That'd be so intimidating for his hand to wrap around mine. It'd just be like meat, just so much meat.
Yeah,
Intense.
definitely.
Definitely. Cool. Well, like I guess move into the reasons as to why you moved up to Gympie in the first place.
Mm.
Now, from your Instagram bio, ex-climber turned farmer.
Mm.
Did you have the idea of farming? Is it something that's in the family, or did you just make that move up to Gympie and dive straight into it?
Yeah, I didn't originally move here to farm. My brother lived here before me, and the first time I came here was because it's actually the farm where I'm living now, but they put on a Christian music festival, like a
Mhm.
big family-friendly event every year. And my brother, he's a musician, so he plays in that. So I came here just to sort of, something to do, come and meet some people and go to a cool event and see my brother.
Mm.
And then I just really loved the place. I went to arm wrestling and I met some people, and we went to Rainbow Beach, which is up here, where you can drive your 4-wheel drive up and down the beach.
Mm.
And yeah, the farm and everything. And I thought, oh, this is a cool place. And it must have been almost a year later that I moved up, and I think I'd come like a couple times just to visit in between
Mm.
then, and met some more people. And then when I got here, I was kind of didn't really know what I was doing. I was just doing a bit of like labouring work and stuff on some farms and for some different people. And then the opportunities opened for me to get into ginger farming myself, which is what everyone does up here. Ginger
Nice.
grows well, so
Yeah.
that's one of the main crops. And someone that I was working for was moving on, and he had a crop that he'd planted and didn't have time to harvest. So I had the opportunity to buy that in the ground, and that's on the farm where I was living and where I'm still living.
Mm.
And and so I got my foot in the door that way. Didn't have to plant, but still got to reap.
Mm-hmm.
And and then after that, we've just been planting every year. Well, this is our second year of planting our own one.
Mm-hmm.
And I just love it. It's the best thing ever. I'd never want to do anything else other than
So
farming.
sick. Yeah.
It's my favorite.
Yeah. And who would have thought?
Yeah.
Young you on that YouTube channel now, like ginger farming. Didn't even know that was like a prominent thing. Huh? That's cool.
Yeah, there's a lot more ginger gets consumed than you'd think.
Really?
Like you might have a tiny little piece, but yeah, there's tons and tons of it every week getting sold. So, yeah.
Wow. You wouldn't be drinking a ginger tea right now, would you?
No, Rooibos. But there's some ginger here. Little tiny pieces that were left on the table. Yeah.
How good. So it's a big ginger community.
Pretty much, yeah. Ginger and arm wrestling.
That sounds awesome. Cool.
Yeah.
How did you, like, you took it over when it was in ground and then harvested and everything like that as well? What was the learning process like for your first season then, going through and I guess, digging the ground and going through the plantation process?
Yeah, well, I'd already been doing some just labouring for another ginger farmer, or the same one that I bought it off. And then there's just a lot of people around here that I know, and in our community and in our church and stuff that are all ginger farmers. And so I had plenty of people to ask for advice. And then Joel, who owns this farm, he used to grow ginger himself, so he knows how to do it as well. And I just sort of asked questions along the way and figured it out. And but you're still learning. There's always more to learn in farming, which is great. You just every year you're trying to figure out how I can grow it bigger and better this year than last year. You know?
Yeah, for sure. I wonder if that comes with farming, because it's one of my questions is because you see, like, you know, the biggest pumpkin competition and the big tomato competition, and people just trying to like win these things. I'm like, is there a competitive aspect to it? Like, it kind of seems like the ginger community is actually quite close knit, I guess, if it's all everyone in the church as well.
Yeah.
But do you find there's a bit of like a competitive nature, or could there be a competitive nature through it?
Oh, I don't think so. Not among the people that I know.
Yep.
Yeah, some people won't. Some people don't want to give you advice and they don't want to tell you their tricks, but most people are pretty open, I find.
Yep.
Which is similar in climbing too. I find it's people are, even if they're competitive, even if they're trying to win, they're very supportive of the other competitors.
Yep.
And
for sure.
They're always ready to help out.
That's cool. Was it scary pulling your first harvest, or?
Oh, no. It was exciting.
You're cruising. Oh, awesome.
It's great.
Nice. Do you have like, what's the land like? I can see like a touch of it behind you. It looks super beautiful and almost hilly and
yeah, a bit hilly. Yeah,
that's gorgeous. Whoa. Do you have like stock on the land and everything as well, or just?
Yeah, I've got some cattle as well.
Yeah,
but that's more of a side hustle. Because it's if you want to do cattle properly and make money off it, you need thousands of acres, right?
Yeah,
to do it on a scale that's big enough to actually make a profit.
Yeah,
or make a living. But you can. Yeah, this place is not that big, but it's enough to have a small herd that I can slowly grow.
Nice. Do you have any muster dogs?
No.
I love that show.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, we're a big worker dog. Well, I've never had property. My partner has property. Partner's family has property, and they've always had kind of worker dogs. And I was never like introduced to them properly. I always thought they were just chaotic dogs, but now actually having them, and now we foster them as well. I love having them around. And now we're like, when the show Muster Dog comes out, you know, and it's literally just like a competition to see who has the best mustering dog.
Yeah,
love it. I love it so much. But any other animals apart from a cat and cattle?
No, just cattle.
Just cattle.
And the cat.
And the cat.
But he's not a pet. I don't like pets. He's a working animal too.
Yeah, he's doing stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, sick. Now, what's the hardest thing about, I guess, farm life, or even, I mean, you could talk about like farming crisis that happens across the nation and stuff. Do you feel that kind of ripple through your community, or not so much?
Pretty cruisy, really.
Cool.
At the moment it is, because it's good season and good rainfall, but yeah, if you have a drought and your dam dries up, then you're in a bit of trouble. Yeah. But I haven't. It's not like I've been doing it for 20, 50 years and have seen everything. But it's it can go up and down, and you can have terrible prices one year and not really make anything, or you can make a lot and have really good prices and good season, and it can be great. Or you can ginger, because it's a root, it's in the ground. It's quite susceptible to some rot diseases, like a what do you call it? Anyway, technical names that that aren't important, but if you don't have clean seed, you could lose basically your whole crop. It can all rot and you can't sell any of it. So there's definitely things to watch out for. Yeah.
What's like, you're sort of heading off a little bit later this morning for work. What's I guess including like your training and everything as well. What's a day in the life of Hugo ginger farming?
Well, sort of at the moment we get up at 5 o'clock. Because if you get up any earlier than that, then you've got many hours of dark and nothing really can be done. And in the morning, I'll spend time with the Lord, and I'll spend time in His Word, and I'll say, Lord, what do you want me to do today? And what do you want me to know? And I'll let Him speak to me, and then I'll start the day, and we'll go. Generally, we'll be harvesting, so we go out and you pick the ginger out of the ground, you put it into tubs, and we bring them back to the shed and wash it. It goes through a big washing machine type thing, and then we'll have smoko, and then the rest of the day is trimming and boxing and packing. And then once you've packed up the pallet, take it to the delivery depot, and then come home and finish up other jobs, whatever it might be, moving cows or anything like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's the distribution? Like, how much do you have control of distribution? Like, when you go into these, if you're harvesting and you're boxing up and then taking it, like, is it just direct to, is that like a wholesaler?
So it goes to the major produce markets in each state. So we can send to the Brisbane markets or the Sydney markets or Melbourne or Adelaide. Right? And once it gets there, we have an agent who will sell it to local retailers. So your fruit and veggie shops and your supermarkets and stuff like that. So we can basically send as much as we want whenever we want, and the price will vary based on the time of year and stuff like that. But we just send it off and we let the agent know what we're sending, and they'll sell it for us and they'll give us the price that we get. So we're not selling it to them; they're selling it for us and taking a commission, and giving us the rest.
Cool.
And so at the moment we're doing about a ton a week. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, of ginger. Yeah.
Just yourself, like your farm?
No. So me and my wife working 3 days, harvesting 3 days a week, and then we have one other worker, my wife's brother, who works for us 1 day a week.
But that's still a ton a week on your crop on your farm.
Yeah.
Oh damn, nice.
Yeah.
That's a lot of moving.
Yeah, there's a lot of ginger.
Yeah, you're working.
and that's just me, right? That's only like we're quite small. We're very small compared to a lot of guys.
Wow.
There's people with 10, 20 times what we've got. Yeah.
I wonder what the odds are that I've eaten your ginger.
Yeah, I do send to Melbourne, so possible.
Nice. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Maybe I'll put a little note on I'll sort of carve some in and you can find it.
Found it.
Yeah.
Dude, awesome. That's epic. That's a lot of moving of ginger.
Yeah.
What a great crop to find yourself in as well. Like it seems obviously hard work, but it's not as time I don't know, constraining, which is nice.
Yeah, you got a bit more flexibility. Yeah.
How much ginger do you eat? Is it in?
Not much.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's only so much ginger that you can eat, right?
Yeah. You're making ginger stir fries.
You're making apples. You can't just munch them all day. Although sometimes I do. If I get really hungry while I'm picking, I'll just have a bite.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
nice, spicy. Oof.
Yeah.
God, yeah, that makes you healthy. Talking about health on a podcast, that's
Oh, yeah.
the one. Just eating straight
That's it.
ginger off the
Right,
ground.
ginger, guys.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a sales pitch.
Mm.
Nice. Well, yeah, I guess as well, like the other part that interests me is what you've just kind of spoken to a little bit there is part of your morning routine and you conversing and in communion with the Lord and finding your religion is what part of the journey from you being a climber to where you sit right now, like whereabouts did religion come a bit more heavily into your life?
Well, I grew up a Christian my whole life. My parents were Christian. We always went to church and everything, and that was great. But there's a difference between going to church and being Christian and actually knowing God, right? And so the Bible says that if you seek the Lord with your whole heart, then you'll find Him, right? And it wasn't till later in my life that I really started to seek Him, and that's when I thought I'd found Him before, but that's when I really found Him, and when it became personal to me, and I actually could have a relationship with the Creator of the universe, right? And after I had that, well, obviously that's a pretty spectacular thing, and everything else after that sort of seems a bit pretty dull, right? And so it was around that same time that I sort of started getting dissatisfied and bored with the climbing. Not because it was any religious thing where I couldn't climb for some reason, but just like I thought, I don't need this. It's not what's keeping me going anymore. And so that sort of allowed me to move here, and just keep growing and in that, and there's some pretty solid people around here that have been a part of that journey, and
you asked me the question if I was a man of God, and I'm not, but I am a man of faith, if that makes sense. Like I've never ascribed it to anything in particular, but the belief and the faith that there is this higher power, this energetic force for me is something that I quite heavily rely on and allow it to guide me as well. And for me, it shows up in so many ways. And I think it's nice to have something to think that is bigger than you as well. Like and for a lot of people that is religion and that is God. And you can, for me, it's like quite a interchangeable word or a synonymous word for like, universe. Oh, there's a bird just flying behind you there. That was sick. Yeah, that was gorgeous.
Yeah.
Wow. Cool. But yeah, like this, there it is again, circling you. This universal energy, and it does have this power in it as well. Like as you learn to, I guess, listen to the messages and everything like that as well, I really find, that in the words, using the term like God or universe, like it really does have your back. Like it's something to really rely on and lean on to as well. I find it super interesting, and how people find it in different ways is always super unique. And all religions kind of interest me, and the doctrines and all the teachings and everything like that as well. Like my mate in America, he's quite newly Christian, and he just loves talking about his church, just loves talking about church. And I love hearing about him talk about church as well. And when I go over there later this year, we're for sure going to a Sunday service and just seeing and being with them all, because he talks about the community and talks about the feelings. And he, like yourself, kind of in that way feels like he was guided to where he is right now, and now he's got a family in America and this beautiful child and everything, and it kind of couldn't have happened. Like everything that allowed it to happen was at the point of when he found God and his religion, which you kind of can't argue with those moments, you know.
Yeah, for me, like coming here, like it wasn't like, you know, God spoke to me in the sky and said, "Move to Gympie," but you know, when you learn to know Him, you know His voice and you know His leading, and it's not always obvious for other people to see, but you know that it was from the Lord, right? And so after I'd moved here, things started to happen. You know, I wasn't too focused on this one thing here to that I was being distracted from where God was trying to lead me, and not that he wasn't in that, not at all, but yeah, He's opened doors and done things that would not be possible, right? Just in my own strength, like these opportunities with farming and everything, and meeting my wife here as well, and it's been amazing, and you just know it's from the Lord, because it's not something that just happens to people, you know.
Yeah. When you look at like just from an outside perspective of your path and where you are now, it seems like it's a guided path. You know, it seems like it's really been when doors open so effortlessly and put you in a place of, a place of abundance almost, where you're just like, look what I have now. Like, how can I not believe that this is kind of come to me?
Yeah.
But
I think a mistake that's easy to make is people know that, like, that they can't deny that God is real, right? But it's easy to replace the creation, replace the creator with the created, right? The universe is God created it, right? It didn't just happen.
Yep.
And so to believe in the universe but not in God doesn't really make any sense.
Right.
That's how I see it, you know. It's like saying, I believe that God did this, but I only want part of it, you know. I don't want to know the creator. I just want to know what He's done, you know. Whereas there's more. God created everything, right? And He created us, and He actually wants to know us. And it's not just a you know, He's up there and we're down here, you know, religion thing. It's personal, and he wants to know us and speak to us, and that's what I believe. You know?
In Christian beliefs, then, is it a Christian belief to believe that God is also us, or is there a separation between the creator and the created?
I'm not sure exactly what you're saying, but He created the world, right? And but His Spirit is also here with us, right? And in us, if we allow Him and if we invite Him in.
Yep.
We're not Him, but He is here. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure. I did this little course. Shouldn't say little. It sounds belittling. I did this great course. Called The Artist's Way. It's a book, but it's a 12-week course. Didn't get through all of it. By the artist Julia Cameron, and she like states at the start of the book it's easier for her to use the word God rather than just like, so there's like this simple or more simple language for people to understand. She's not constantly interchanging it with the energy and universe and life source and God. She uses God the whole way through. And it's so interesting what that course allows you to feel. Because maybe like yourself, when you are speaking with the Lord in the morning, what she gets you to do is to write pages every single morning. You have to write 3 pages of just conscious streaming, just letting your thoughts out. And she's sort of like, sometimes you're just writing dribble, you know, sometimes you're just writing what you're looking at, like cup, computer, microphone, until like something starts to really take over. And then you just start speaking your thoughts. And she says sometimes as well, like, sometimes it might not even feel like it's you that's writing. Like sometimes you could feel like you're in communion with something. So like there was times when I was writing in my pages where I was writing questions and getting answers back directly through my own hand. And in like, because I was stepped out of my own way, I was just allowing a channel to come through of some kind, and really just writing down questions to which I found blocks, and straight away feel like there was an answer coming through, which didn't feel like it was necessarily me, which is kind of like a weird, wild feeling for me. Like I've had instances with spirit and energy before, and feeling it, just on paper and reading, like I was questioning and answering on the page and just getting these like really deep, insightful answers. Didn't really feel like it was me. So that's like this kind of belief where it is, there's something else within us that we can draw upon. And it's kind of the basis of that question, I guess.
Yeah. God can speak to anyone. You don't have to be a Christian for God to speak to you.
Yep.
But you can also ignore it if you choose to. A lot of people do. You know?
For sure. Yeah, I like to lean into messages when I hear them, for sure. With church community, my mate speaks incredibly highly of his church, and like the giving nature and the sharing and everything that happens within his church. What do you find like the similarities or the comparisons that you feel between like how kind of incredible and giving the climbing community is versus probably not the right word, comparing to the religious community or your church community?
It's climbing, I find, can be quite worldly, but also quite supportive and quite generous.
Yeah, it's this like there is like a. Maybe
I think
it's because climbers go outdoors, but there is like a spiritual sense to climbers. I feel like they're always talking about, maybe because the rock's bigger than they are. Like they're always speaking about something that's grander as well.
But in climbing, everyone's communing around a rock or a piece of plastic, or getting on top of a pile of stone, right? Which is really, at the end of the day, fun, but not very meaningful.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
But if you're communing around the King of Kings, God, that's far more spectacular. I'll just say that,
yeah.
And something that's actually more worthwhile, I would say.
How much do you like? I think for me, belief, not just in higher powers, but belief in self and belief in, like in the climbing sense, believing that you can make that next move, or believe like the power of belief. Do you feel more inspired now with like this grander sense of belief? It's like, maybe that's the same question. I don't know, but yeah, what's inspiration like for yourself now? Like knowing that you have this guiding force behind you, and this not just you believing, but something believing in you.
These are very deep questions.
Sorry, that was just off the dome kind of question. I don't know. I think it comes to mind for me because I have struggled with belief a lot in myself.
Right.
So like the journey to find belief in myself has come a lot from, weirdly, like not weirdly again, but like that book, that course that I was talking about, The Artist's Way, like really allowed me to find a lot of belief in myself. Because it's not just these pages that you do, it's a lot of other activities and stuff that she gets you to do as well. But it's all under the context of God, which I found super interesting, and that's why it has this like kind of natural draw to me. But yeah, I'm not super not incredibly sold on putting all of my eggs into the single basket of this of Christianity or anything like that. I'm just trying to like get my mind around like how how I can believe in belief itself if there isn't this like single entity to it, I guess. I'm not sure. But yeah, I don't know. I find religion a super interesting topic. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, let's go back to climbing a little bit. Is there moments in climbing that stand out the most to you? Like what's some big memories that really are like a meaningful moment to yourself?
Going overseas to climb was pretty amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not many people get to do that. That was pretty special, I reckon.
Sure.
Yeah, being able to travel for a sport, and with a bunch of guys who I get along with, and training really hard to the point where you want to cry with my coach. I'll never forget that.
Yeah. Well, crying from what part of you was screaming?
No, like these crazy endurance sessions where you're just on the wall for ages, like I don't know, 45 minutes or something, going up and down, not being able to fall off. Where I don't know, not a super hard climb like 24 or whatever, but you keep going up, and then you down climb on the easy climbs, and then you climb back up and you down climb until you start falling off, right? And it'd make me fall off, and then after I fall off, I have to get back on and keep doing it until I can finish it. And that was actually a very cool exercise where I would be so exhausted, right, that I would fall off. But then if he'd keep pushing me, I'd eventually get over the exhaustion and actually be able to finish it.
Yeah.
Because you just have to figure out a way to do it, that's your only option. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was pretty tough.
Yeah.
But I loved it. And
there's something so inspiring about hard training.
Yeah. Yeah, and climbing in the Blue Mountains was pretty awesome. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When you did like the world circuit for, was it 2 years that you did it, or was it a few more years than?
I did Italy, and then the next year was America, and then Korea. So 3 years.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you get much time in terms of scheduling to like see the places or even like climb outdoors in those areas, or it's pretty training specific? And
no, you pretty much you sort out your own trip. You do your own thing, and then you just go to the competition, so you can do it however you want to.
Yep.
In Italy, we did a bit of outdoor climbing.
Cool.
Like only one day, and then America, there wasn't really anything around. It was in Texas, and it's pretty flat. You have to drive a long way to sort of get to any outdoor climbing. Mm-hmm. And Korea, obviously middle of the city, nothing there. But yeah, definitely got to see some cool places and go around a bit and do a bit of touristy stuff and go to some cool gyms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's now traveling for me always has like a climbing element to it, whether it's actually climbing or just going on like a climbing history tour. Like when I'm going to Yosemite later this year, and hopefully I can climb, and my goal is to actually climb Midnight Lightning. But more so, I just want to like go see and feel the space, and camping Camp 4 and all those kind of things. Like there's such different ways that you can actually travel and experience climbing, not just the actual climbing side, but it's gonna be cool to see El Cap and stand on top of El Cap and look over the edge and be like, wow, someone free soloed that. That's crazy.
What got you into climbing?
My mate Bryce, who's still my main climbing partner, Balea, we were housemates, and I think it was like 2019 or something like that. We were just, for some reason, we just started talk. I don't remember the reason, but we ended up putting a climbing documentary on. And I still don't remember that. It wasn't like wasn't free solo, it wasn't Valley Uprising, it was something else. and we were just then got really hooked on talking about it. And he was talking about how he went to South America and was in Bariloche, and there's a climbing community there. And we started romanticizing about like going on international climbing trips. Like, how cool would it be to go on an international trip with this one goal of climbing? And then that weekend, I think we went down to Bayside Rock, just our local gym. And without him, I'm like much slower to dive into things. I like feel them out, you know. But with him, he bought a pair of shoes that day at the gym. Sick. So then I was like, oh, I'll buy a pair of shoes as well. Then he bought a harness. Then he bought rope, and he bought quick draws, and he bought all of these things so quickly. We booked in for a lead assessment like within, I think, a month and a half or 2 months or something like that. Like, we were just it's just going. Then we built a home wall, and it was just, it took off so fast. Loved it. Yeah, just like those starting phases where you see growth and everything so fast, I think I think I'm still early on. It's 6 years, but yeah, it's just the starting of climbing and something new. And I guess buying gear is so fun.
Oh yeah, any sort of gear, especially farm gear.
I could imagine.
It's like the best thing about farming. Or like ordering 3 truckloads of chook manure.
Yeah,
great.
That gets it.
Yeah.
Damn, maybe I should farm.
Yeah.
Do you go to like farming expos and stuff like that where dudes are showcasing like their new machinery, and is it that sort of?
Sometimes when they're on.
That's cool.
I went to a clearing sale yesterday, where like someone's moving out of their farm and they have an auction and sell off all the gear. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah. Sometimes you can get good bargain. Sometimes very expensive bargains.
Mm-hmm. But what's the dream piece of equipment?
Oh, like a brand spanking new nice John Deere tractor.
Oof.
Or nice. Or like a big Kenworth truck, just cause.
Yeah.
Just stuff.
Yeah. Is there a bit of a flex in the community? Like, you see the dude rolling down with his Kenworth truck and John Deere tractor behind it or something like that. You're like, damn, he's got it. He got the new John Deere.
Oh, I love admiring gear. Yeah. Every time I see something cool, I'm like, oh, that's nice. It's not so much a competitive thing of just that's some nice gear, you know.
Yeah, just respecting it.
Yeah,
it's so fun. I wonder if is that like I don't know, like, because I used to mountain bike as well, and like just buying stuff for mountain biking and loved, you know. It's just always having even golf. When I got into golf a fair bit, and now trying to back that off a little bit because climbing's much better. But like buying golf gear is so fun as well. Yeah, it's just something about like attaining. Maybe it's just dopamine. I don't know. It's just attaining new things constantly. You're like, sick. This is awesome.
Yeah. Oh well, buying a farm. That's the goal. That's the real goal.
Yeah.
Buying a brand new tractor is nice, but you don't need a brand new tractor. Buying a farm.
Is there plans to do that as well? Like the farm that you're on. How does that work then if you don't own this farm? Is it then, so you sell to the agent and he takes his commission, but then is there someone who owns the property that also takes commission as well?
Oh no, we're just leasing. So we just pay like per acre of what we've got, what ground we're using.
Yep.
And it's not a cut of the ginger sale. It's just a price for the per acre.
Yeah, just like a rental agreement sort of thing, basically.
Yeah, basically. But we're pretty good friends, me and Jolie.
Nice.
Joel. Yeah.
Jolie. Hey, Jolie.
Yeah.
Nice, dude. Well, yeah, I know you got to kind of get out of here in the next sort of 10 minutes or so. Is there something that you want to leave people with, or anything that you want to touch on? We kind of went through a few things, but...
Yeah, so my wife, she's amazing. And we farm together.
Awesome.
And living the dream, eh?
Yeah, dude.
And
I can't believe, it's so nice.
Yep. A good wife is great, and farming's great, and God is great. That's it. And climbing.
Dude. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, but I think those things are for life.
Yeah.
Well, the farming part's for life, but yeah, your religion and your wife, that's where it's at, dude.
Yeah.
Nice, man. Well, I really appreciate you coming on. I think, yeah, it was kind of where I wanted to go after just reading your short Instagram bio and the interests and the journey that you've been on with leaving climbing, and who knows, maybe finding climbing again next year at the Queensland Boulder Titles. We'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see a little Instagram picture come up and you've taken gold.
Yeah. No, it's funny. I don't know like what people sort of like people that I used to hang out with a lot. It probably looks like I've just sort of dropped off the face of the earth because I don't really post anything anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But so yeah, it'd be kind of funny just to show up randomly one day.
Yeah, just crush.
Well, even if I don't, just show up.
For sure. Nice, dude.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Well, yeah, I really appreciate you and I guess ChatGPT for allowing me to find you.
It's a pleasure to be here. It's good to talk to you and think about some things.
Yeah, for sure. I hope this has been a good one for people to listen to. I'm covering a few bases there. But I'll let you get back to the day and get you kicking on with farm life.
Yeah.
It looks like a stunning day out there. Hopefully it is. I haven't seen outside since the sun's come up, but hopefully a cracking day here as well.
Yeah. No, thanks for having me, Tom.
Became a way of life.